Dad Shoemaker, Shoemaker Guitar Works. How's it going? Here with the beautiful tuxedo black tele that put the Bigsby and the Mastery bridge on, and some other mods like turning the electronics around and stuff like that. And now we're gonna do some really cool mods. My customer likes to have unique guitar and tinker with stuff and whatever, and so we've got a genuine Fender replacement neck, and this thing is really cool. These things aren't cheap, but check this out. So this is an all maple neck, genuine Fender, made in 2020 in the USA. And you can do the micro tilt to it. This guitar is not equipped. I don't know if I'll have to drill it or not. We'll see how the neck fits. But check this out. It's got inlaid rosewood as your fretboard. And so it gives it that natural binding look. And this is done in nitro, super smooth, satiny nitro. Just an awesome neck. He's also got this Fender vintage style neck plate for it. And then to top everything off, got some brand new locking Schaller tuners for a little bling bling. We could have reused the tuners that are on that neck, but we're not going to. So these things are just awesome. They're the locking tuners, and they fit right onto the Fender neck, right into the pinholes, and then they will go on. So anyway, this is going to be our one of the projects this week that I work on, and I thought I'd give a little introduction to it. Hey guys, Dad Shoemaker, Shoemaker Guitar Works. How's it going? So I'm back here with my favorite, one of my favorite teles here that I've done so much different kinds of customization to, and we're yet to customize it again. As you saw in the first video, we had a bit of a change of plans though, because the Schaller tuners that they sent us were minis, and the two little posts that stick up out of the tuner to go into the back of the new neck do not line up. So we're going to, instead of using the locking tuners, we're just going to use these for now, because the full-size Schaller-made Fender locking tuners are on back order. So that'll be another video sometime down the line, probably in the new shop by the time he gets those. But before we do anything, we gotta take the strings off of this thing. They're only a week old, but you know, gotta do what we gotta do, right? So let's start by doing that. I absolutely love this guitar. It's a beautiful guitar. Black guitars are beautiful anyway, but this thing is just awesome. It always plays good. Now that we did a few modifications to the nut and adjusted it a little bit, it stays in tune better and doesn't go out of tune when you use the Bigsby. Part of that was the strings that the other shop had put on it, which I still don't know what those strings are because I've never heard of them. But anyway, this guitar with this new neck is just going to be even more beautiful and more stunning. This is the worst part of this Callahan mod on the Bigsby, is getting the old strings back out. If you got a Bigsby, I highly recommend doing this Callahan mod. It it really makes the Bigsby more functional. And then of course the Mastery bridge, that just makes everything great. Absolutely love the Mastery bridge. So I'm sure you guys saw my video the other day of about moving, and I'm getting really excited for that. Getting my own space. I won't have doors slamming in the background all the time, and you know, the random people walking in that aren't here for anything that has to do with anything that I do. They just walk in here and interrupt, you know, and obviously you have that anywhere you go, but it can get kind of bad here sometimes. So I'm really looking forward to that. So let's move the spring there. Flip this old girl upside down. Grab my screwdriver here. We're going to take this neck off. I love doing this kind of stuff because it's just fun to take an already great guitar and make it even better. Take that off of there. I'm going to go down to one puck on each side here. Get this baby out of here. That beeswax out of the way that I put in there the last time I took this neck off. We had one little tiny veneer shim in there, and this actually has the piece on there for the micro tilt also. Not that we'd need it, but it does. So anyway, the neck is off, and we will go further from there. What I'm going to do now is remove the tuners from this neck in preparation to get them put on the new neck. So high E, not to be confused with bye. So this is a Mexican tele, and I think it's 99, and there was something he had told me, like they had a fire in the factory in Mexico, and so they used American necks on these, but marked them as Mexicans. I don't really know, but this neck is great, and although it's got a little bit of wear and stuff on it, I'm probably going to use this neck for a project that I've got, because I really like this neck and I think it's comfortable. That's one of the reasons why we're changing it, is because although he loves this guitar, he's never been happy with the comfortability of the neck. So putting the new neck on there with the profile that he likes will make all the difference in the world. He'll actually want to play it. So again, you know, it's all about making your guitar for you. And you know, it's I don't care if it's a vintage guitar or a new guitar or whatever, you have to make it your own, and you have to like it. So if you don't like it, you're not going to play it, and then it's just going to sit, and that's not what they're meant for. You know, they're meant to be played. By the way, these are one of the greatest tools ever for guitar people. If you don't have one, get yourself one. This neck's it's had a chip repaired here, and it's got a couple little hoodoos here in the fretboard and whatever. A little bit of fret wear, but not bad by any means. I just noticed there's a crack in the finish right here. But you know, it is what it is. But I will gladly take this neck because, like I say, I've got a project that I'm thinking that this is going to go on to, and it's actually going to get a Bigsby and going to be something neat. Speaking of something neat, behind me, this is just here for to put new strings on and clean up the frets. But check out this '67 Rick. Such a cool guitar. Customers owned it since it was new. '67 Rickenbacker 12 string. I'm gonna throw that there for the time being. And I'm gonna grab this new neck. Cool box too. Such a beautiful neck. This thing is just absolutely perfect in every way. Anyway, let's throw the tuners in it. He'd like to avoid using a string tree. Therefore, I'm not going to put a string tree on it yet. Anyway, so I've got the tuners on there, and we could actually put the guitar or the neck in the guitar body right now, but I'm going to wait on that because I need to figure out if we're going to do anything with this micro tilt or not. If I have to drill a hole in the body to make the micro tilt work, well then, so be it. But anyway, so I'm back here with the fender that I'm putting the new neck on, and as I saw in the previous video, the old neck had one thin maple veneer shim on the heel. Well, this heel is almost exactly this much thicker than that old neck, so I'm not going to use that shim initially. I'm going to put it together with the new neck plate and the new neck, and we will see how things fit. Now, as I said, this has the spot for the micro tilt here, but if I don't need to drill a hole into the guitar body, I'm not going to. If I put this neck on here, put strings on it, and it's a-okay, well then we are not going to mess with that, because I hate drilling into guitars if you don't need to. So I've already oiled this fretboard and got it nice and moisturized like it's supposed to be. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the guitar up like so. I'm gonna put the neck into the pocket, and I'm going to put my first screw through the neck plate and into the body and the neck. And everything should line up perfectly. I'm not going to worry about the beeswax on the screws because there's beeswax in the pocket here. All right, so those all lined up perfectly. And as you can see, this is just a beautiful looking guitar. I think having the binding around the inlaid rosewood fretboard just really sets it off. It's something different that you don't see on your typical guitars. Of course, I'm gonna have to do a setup to it, and I'm gonna have to cut the nut and whatever else in order to make everything work, but such a cool guitar. Let's put these back out here. I've got one over here, and we'll put the other two screws in. And the way the micro tilt would work is you'd actually have a set screw. So I would drill a hole and then put a set screw in that hole after threading it, of course, and that would make it so you can tilt the neck up a little bit as needed. But like I said, this neck was the same thickness as that neck with the shim on the heel part, so I'm not going to worry about doing that, because that's just, excuse me, one more hole that would go on the guitar that we don't need to put in here. I'll wipe my greasy handprints off of this girl. I'm not sure what he calls this guitar, or if he even names his guitars, but I call this thing Black Betty. She's a beaut. Get all the dust off of it. That's another thing I'm not going to miss about being in this building is all the dust. My gosh, this place is dusty. I can't do anything without getting it covered in dust in here. It's just horrible. All the ducts in here need cleaned and whatever else. It's an old building, you know, and the building that I'm moving into is older, but it's got a brand new HVAC system and will be just absolutely perfect. And I just want to see something here. See where we're at. I think I'm actually going to have to raise the bridge up a little bit, because by the time I file the nut down to its proper depth, we're going to be hitting with the strings up here. So I'm actually probably going to have to raise that bridge up, which is fine. New neck, new setup, but I'm actually going to use this as the end of the first video since I got interrupted, and I'll just edit the three of them together. And so thanks for watching, guys. I'll bring you back when it's time to do a setup, and we do a I'll show you how to raise and lower the mastery bridge and get everything just set perfectly like it's supposed to be. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and I think if you hit that bell notification thing, you know, that does something for me too, so whatever. But anyway, my fans are loyal, so I thank you very much, and you have a great day.